It all comes down to this. It's Tour Championship time. Hello and welcome into our FedExCup preview show. I'm Teryn Schaefer here with Kelly Hawkins. And Kelly, you and I have traveled all over this season. Can you believe this is finally it?
I know, right? I can't believe that we're actually at the end of the season. This is the fourth and final leg of the FedExCup playoffs. So let's take a quick look back at all of our winners so far this playoff season. Patrick Reed got us started at the Barclays with his first win of the season and helped solidify his spot in the top five, followed by another first-time winner this season. But it wasn't the first time for Rory McIlroy at the Deutsche Bank Championship at TPC Boston. Nope, this was his second win there of his career, and it helped bump him up to just outside the top five. He is number 6 in the FedExCup standings. And finally, we have Dustin Johnson joining Jason Day as the only two players with 3 wins this season with his big W at Crooked Stick. His BMW Championship victory helped put the icing on what was a pretty spectacular season for DJ.
It certainly did. In fact, DJ has had such a great season, he could finish as low as 29th and still have a mathematical chance of winning the FedExCup. Pretty remarkable. So let's take a look at the top 10 in the FedExCup standings as we head into the final event, where, remember, only the top 30 are in Atlanta this week, and the top 5 control their own destiny. So that means if DJ, Reed, Adam Scott, Jay Day, Paul Casey were to win this weekend, they would automatically win the big $10 million FedExCup bonus prize. But check out those other names just outside the top 5. Along with McIlroy, we had the defending FedExCup champ Jordan Spieth, Russell Knox, who won earlier this summer, Emiliano Grillo, who is on track to snag Rookie of the Year honors most likely, and this year's PGA Championship major winner, Jimmy Walker. So we have a pretty stacked top 10 going for us this weekend, which is going to make it pretty exciting, Kelly.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it really kind of is anyone's game at this point, especially for those top 5. And also, although many of these guys have made the trip to East Lake before, they've never seen the course like this before. That's right, they have flipped the 9s. Yeah, Bobby Jones' home course has gotten a little bit of a makeover, turning the 9th hole into an exciting finishing 18th hole. The Tour Championship could all come down to the exciting par 5, over 600 yards with bunkers added to the second landing area and greenside, which actually sets up the final 5 holes in particular for a potential dramatic finish with more risk-reward opportunities, which is great for a course with so much history and such strong ties to Hall of Famer Bobby Jones. We are all definitely in for a treat at East Lake. So let's check out those course specs.
Yeah, East Lake is the oldest course in Atlanta, established in 1904 with the Tour Championship first played there in 1998. It's a par 70, 7,385 yards, and it was revamped by Donald Ross in 1913 and even hosted the Ryder Cup back in 1963. But let's move on to the fun part. Let's make some picks, Kelly. First, let's start off with making picks of guys inside the top 5.
Yes.
Who are you taking?
I'm going to go ahead and take Patrick Reed. He has had such a consistent season, so many top 10s, showed that he can win a playoff event at the Barclays. You were there for it, you saw it. And so I think that he's in the number 2 spot. He doesn't quite have all that pressure of being the top guy, so I think he's going to be feeling loose going into East Lake. Doesn't have the best record there, but that's okay. I think this is his win to break through and get the FedExCup. What about you?
I think that's a great pick. I have to stick with Jason Day. I got to stick with my
Not
guns.
changing.
I can't change. I can't be a flip-flopper.
I've
I've stayed with him all season, and you know, he does make me a little nervous withdrawing last week due to some back issues, but maybe he's well rested and ready to go this week. And you know, he finished T4 at the Barclays, T15 there at the Deutsche Bank Championship. He was second at the PGA Championship in the major before the FedExCup playoffs started. So I think we're in good shape.
Trending
Jason
in the
Day.
right direction if he's feeling healthy.
Exactly.
I like that. And I like you sticking with your guns.
Got to. All right, now let's talk about some guys that are outside the top 5. You know, those maybe that don't control their own destiny.
Sure.
Who do you want to pick?
I'm going to go with Emiliano Grillo because this is a season-long race after all, right? And he picked up the first win of the 2015-16 season, which was his first as a PGA Tour member. Won the Web.com Tour Championship, got his first win on tour. He stayed consistent all season long, had a T2 at the Barclays, so I could see him slipping in there, and if the chips fell just right for him, I could see him walking away as our FedExCup champ.
He has had a spectacular season, so that is a great pick. I'm going to go with Justin Thomas. He's got a lot on the line this week. He's going to want to come out there guns a-blazing because he wants to be that last Ryder Cup pick. So I think that he's maybe someone that could be a great pick this week outside the top 5. And not to mention, you know, he does have to have some chips fall where they may for that to occur and for him to get the victory. But those top 5 only have to finish 6th or worse for him. So that's not too much to ask for him.
And he has the playoff stash going, which can only give you extra momentum going into the final event of the year, right?
Exactly. Of course, you know you can catch the tournament action on PGA Tour Live, but I'll also see you on a special preview show they've added beginning at 10 a.m. Thursday and Friday, that's Eastern Time, with play to follow each day, along with featured hole coverage Saturday starting at 9 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
You can also watch the television broadcast starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Golf Channel Thursday and Friday, and 10 a.m. on Saturday, with it switching over to NBC at noon. Championship Sunday will kick off on Golf Channel at noon, with NBC's coverage beginning at 1:30 p.m.
And of course, you can listen in on PGA Tour Radio beginning at noon Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. on Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. Thanks for hanging around with us all season long. This is going to be one heck of a championship come Sunday. The 10th FedEx Cup champion will be crowned. For Kelly Hawkins, I'm Teryn Schaefer. Thanks for watching.